Oh, yo, boy, where do I begin? This is a very, very disgraceful start for Snow White. This film only made $3.5 million in its preview Thursday night. I could not expect this number. Honestly, I will say this right now. Yesterday, when I made the video about the upcoming box office numbers for at least this Thursday previews, I said it will earn at least $5 million. I never expected it to go below $5 million. And the reason why I said $5 million is because I was actually comparing it to Marvel's recent flop, which is The Marvels. That film started with $6 million in its preview Thursday night. I was actually comparing this massive disaster that Disney is currently going to experience again with The Marvels. Oh my goodness, $3.5 million. And now, if you head on to Deadline, this guy, Anthony De Alessandro, is trying to run a stupid spin for Disney. Even as bad as these numbers are right now, is still trying to run spins for Disney, saying that this is higher than Dumbo and not far off Kung Fu Panda 4. So, in theory, Disney should not worry because the numbers speak for itself that they will find a way to get past this hurdle and make more money. They, this guy is the most delusional clown I think I've seen write for a huge publication out there in the media space. This guy is moronic. Let me just put it this way. Make no mistake about it. $3.5 million in previews in a March release is not good at all. First of all, let me say this. There is no holiday weekend to boost these numbers. It just needs to earn its full weekend gross, and you will see how bad it will turn out on Sunday. If you compare it to other projects that started in the past, for instance, let's go back to 2019. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, starring Angelina Jolie. That's a project I actually loved. Now, that film only opened to $2.3 million in previews, but then went on to make $12.5 million on Friday and ended up with $36.9 million in its first weekend. Let's go back to Dumbo. That's more recent. Dumbo made $2.6 million in its Thursday night and made $15.2 million on Friday for a total of $46 million. And that's around the pandemic. Then, if you step back and you compare it with Kung Fu Panda 4 from last year, that film made $3.8 million from previews and made $19.4 million on Friday for a total of $57.8 million in its first 3 days. But now let's look at what's going to happen with Snow White now, because this is really a bad comparison. There is no way you compare it against these films, because there are so many things and so many factors that made these films make the amount they earned in their first weekend. Now let's talk about really what this film can earn. With a $3.5 million preview number, this film is currently now tracking to earn around 12 million this Friday. I give it 12 million max, maybe 12, let's say 12, 13 million. If it earns 12 to 13 million, Rachel Zegler would have single-handedly tanked Disney's biggest project of this year. $12 million in its first Friday will put it on track to open around $36 million. 35 to $36 million. The same numbers with Mufasa, the Lion King, from last December. Now, people will say, look, I went on X and I saw this $3.5 million and I put a comment under Deadline's post on X, and I can already see Disney shills and idiots coming to my comment section to say, yo, Mufasa made money. Mufasa made over $700 million. $700 million in December is not going to be what's happening for Snow White in March. December is a holiday strictly for families, so you cannot compare December with March. There are two different release schedule. And another thing I found out is that Snow White has the biggest US release for any film this year already, meaning that it's opening in 4,200 theaters. So no matter how you want to look at it, Bob Iger will scratch his head as to why a movie that he opened a lot bigger than even Mufasa, all the films he released last year in over 4,200 theaters, is earning him $36 million this weekend. This is what he's going to question as to how bad this project has become that is only earning $36 million. And I'm saying this for a fact. This film ain't touching 40 million with this kind of preview numbers. I know some people are saying it's going to get to 45 million, but that's a joke. That is absolutely a joke. It's not getting anywhere near $46 million. Now, if we go to my man Luis Fernando on X, let's take a look at what he has actually put out. This film has earned in some countries. For instance, France. This film has opened in France. It only grossed $480,000 in France. And that's the one of the lowest Wednesday opening for Disney live actions of all time, and one of the worst numbers for a blockbuster from Disney. Period. And they say that the word of mouth for this film in France is so bad. Now, when you go to Italy, it opened to $378,000, and that's the lowest opening ever for a Disney live action film in Italy. So it's doing so bad in, okay, for instance, Korea. Yesterday I said it earned $158,000 in Korea, which is one of the lowest grosses for a live action film from Disney, period. Now, it's earning a lot less in so many territories that it should be doing better. It is nowhere near where Disney can say, okay, you know what, it's going to make money for us in other territories. Okay, let's skip over to Japan. Japan, this film is making less money in Japan than Ariana Grande's Wicked. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo's Wicked. Cynthia Erivo's Wicked grossed $380,000 on its third Friday, and it's come to a total of $11.1 million. While you have Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot's film coming third, grossing $340,000 in Japan. Japan is no small market in the movie business. Japan technically can earn you a lot of money if we're actually looking at how much Japanese theaters can actually generate you at the theaters. So this is no small market by any stretch. So this is terrible. If Ariana Grande's Wicked can get this kind of numbers, much more than the new film that just came out, this is not good for Disney. Disney will be scratching their head as to what they will do next, because there is no other territory that is going to help this film. There is no other territory. I'm actually looking at the international numbers and it's not looking good. $3.5 million in the United States in 4,200 theaters on Thursday night preview is pathetic. It's beyond every measure of the doubt pathetic. There is no way you want to spin it. Even if all the media outlets want to spin this as a win that is higher than Dumbo, they must be insane. How can you compare this to Angelina Jolie's Maleficent from 6 years ago that still earned almost $500 million for Disney? And you're comparing it with a film that Disney spent over $350 million to produce before we even include marketing. This is just ridiculous at this point. Now, the Friday numbers will come out in the next few hours. So obviously, I will do the full box office coverage on Monday morning. I won't cover its Friday numbers today again, because this video would more so cover for what I expect its Friday numbers to be. But from 3.5 million, I'm giving you guys already the official estimate. It will earn around, I'm just saying, around 12 million this Friday. That's my own personal estimate. I don't think it's exceeding 12 million, maybe 13 if it does very well. And if it earns around 13 million, It is on track to open around $36 million. It will struggle to get to 40 million. I could still see it get to $40 million, but I doubt it will get to 40 million in the United States. Internationally, I still struggle to see it make over 45 million internationally. So you're looking at this film earning a total of 80 to 85 million dollars worldwide in its first weekend. That is by far the biggest flop Disney will ever experience for a high tentpole project that they've released, and they have themselves to blame. Bob Iger has himself to blame for getting Rachel Zegler to star in this project. I love Gal Gadot. I will always support whatever Gal Gadot is in, but I'm not going to support this project because it's a bad project. Mark Webb is a decent director. I've seen his other project. Mark Webb is a good director, but this is a project that was dead from the start. I hope you guys enjoyed this box office rundown. Please smash the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys very much next time.